Hello. So this is not Deacon Jody Daily. This is just a different video. I'll title it something like uh, Reflections on Education or something like that. But I'm excited to share something with you. Um, and I'm going to reflect back on something. But first, I'm going to tell you what happened few weeks ago. I went to a luncheon with some old fraternity brothers in Medry. They do this every month, and I hadn't been ever. So for years and years, I've been getting these invitations, and I've been RSVP and no. And so out of the blue, I said, well, let me go. And I went, and it was fortunate for me that it was apparently a smaller than usual turnout, which was good because I got to meet more of the fraternity brothers. And one of them that was sitting by me made a comment that I it surprised me a little bit. What he said is, "You think we're going to get new diplomas?" See, we all graduated from the University of New Orleans, and historically, the University of New Orleans, at its beginning, was LSU New Orleans, and it was LSU New Orleans with a name change to UNO when we went. After we graduated, they left the LSU system, UNO did. And I don't understand the technical part, but there's a college system and there's an LSU system. And apparently, UNO left LSU system and joined the college system. Well, just recently, by I think legislation in the state house, they put UNO back into the LSU system. And so my fraternity brother said, "Are we going to get new diplomas that say LSU?" Which is kind of interesting. But what I wanted to say was a couple of things. First of all, the uh, uh, vast majority of people that follow LSU never went to LSU. Okay, so um, we used to have stickers that said ABC, alumni by choice. They were purple and gold and had LSU on it. I never got one. My attachment to LSU came after I got out of the military, went to UNO very quickly to try to get my undergraduate degree finished so I could get into law school. And so I didn't spend a lot of time at UNO, and I was a commuter. And although I affiliated with the fraternity that I had been in before I went in the Navy, at the chapter at UNO, I really wasn't deeply involved with UNO per se. Um, but what happened through the years was I was at a meeting in Baton Rouge. I was working for a corporation. I was associate general counsel, and there was this meeting to do with LSU and supporting LSU and all this kind of stuff. And the lady was part of the alumni relations department of LSU. And we were talking about the point of the meeting, and she said, um, "Well, you went to you're an LSU alumni." I went, "Whoa!" This brought me back to post when I was at UNO. I met a lawyer. I was going to go to law school. Met a lawyer who was running for the city council, and we became friends. And I worked for his campaign. I wound up working for him on the city council. He was a huge LSU fan, but not just sports. He wanted LSU to be big in everything, academics and everything. He was just very, very big LSU supporter. And he invited me to go to some LSU games. We would drive from, New Orleans up to Baton Rouge for the games, and they had a system where they picked up food and they ate, and it integrated me into LSU. Well, I became a big LSU fan, and we moved to Baton Rouge, and my kids grew up big LSU fans. Of course, we used to go to the baseball games. Back then, it was very inexpensive. A lot of times, my boys would have baseball practice, and we'd go to the game after practice. We'd get there a little bit late. It was only, I think, $5 to get in. So we became big LSU fans. We were, I thought, alumni by choice until that day that I had that meeting with that alumni person who said, "You're an LSU alumnus." And she actually said that, because of that, I could join the Alumni Association and be part of it and all that sort of thing. I never did. I never felt comfortable with it. And then UNO was pulled out of the system. And even though I graduated when it was in the system, all that kind of stuff. My point of this video is this excitement about the possibility that after all these years, maybe I'm an LSU alumnus. I put 2 kids through LSU. I didn't put them through. They put themselves through. But I have 2 kids that graduated from LSU. Very proud of that. I have one graduated from Notre Dame. Very proud of him too. But my LSU connection is exciting. And to see this thing coming full circle, I just wanted to do a short video to let everybody know that if you graduated from UNO, you may be an LSU alumnus. So it's something to put your antennas up, to think about, and maybe be joyful about. So this is a sports sort of educational sort of video, just uplifting and informational. So I hope you have a wonderful LSU day. And, we have a lot of exciting things coming up in the spring with LSU. Women's basketball, gymnastics, baseball coming. So, and then of course spring football practice with the lane train. So jump aboard. God bless everybody.